So how is everybody this week? I see that you already got the warm up done. Our levels of thinking. We've got Hayden, Sunny, Jose, and Olivia. It is great to see you all today. I am so excited that you're here. Everybody doing okay? Awesome. You've done some great work. We had a big shift this week, and just to remind you and to go back to what we've been working on for the past few weeks are these targets of analyzing the impact of Shelley's choices on the story and of course on us, the audience, and then really trying to pull out what is she trying to say? What are those central messages that she is sending us about what she believes about the world and what's important? And so you developed 3 levels of questions to get started today as we dive into chapter 16, where a huge shift happens. And as Sunny identified in her number 1 level question, which is straight from the text, just objective questions, is what point of view is this story written from? And as we all know, that was a big shift from Victor, Frankenstein, to the creature. And so for the very first time, we are hearing about the creature's experience from his own mouth in the first person. That was so important, and we'll get into that more in a little bit. Jose says we should also consider, as we expand into level 2, what impact does this shift in narration create? And I think that's a very insightful question. And then that leads us to Olivia. You built on the first 2 levels and made a global connection when you say, when you hear the story from the creature's perspective, how does it encourage you to listen to perspective of those who are scary to you in the world? And I thought that was very insightful. We're already, I think, getting to some of those important ideas that Shelley really wants us to understand. As we kick off today, though, I wanted to remind you of the survey you completed before we started reading this book. And I know it's been a couple of weeks. So just to remind you, this is the picture you saw. And just from your knowledge of pop culture and that image, who we call Frankenstein, who we now know is actually the creature, right? We all said, yep, this is a monster who probably can't read, who probably doesn't have human emotions, or they're conveyed, especially in popular culture, as being negative or angry. And even 75% of you said that this being is dangerous. And so I got to ask, after reading chapter 16, experiencing this shift in narration and hearing the creature's experience from his side, what are your thoughts? Hayden? Yep. Much more empathetic. Okay. Sunny? Yes. You see that, yes, the creature made huge mistakes, but you can see how those mistakes really were created because he was abandoned, he was isolated, he had no guidance. Very, very good. Okay, so I'll pop back over to our just collaborative journal, our home base here. We've already gone through our vocabulary, and you're doing a great job putting words up there that you're working through. You all 3 took a little bit of chapter 16 to really focus on, and you used our literary analysis tools that we've been learning and putting in our toolbox to answer these guided questions and really dig into just one part of this chapter. And then you went ahead and worked on an image that you felt like really represented the theme of that section. And so we're going to go ahead and just start with our share out. And Sunny, I think you're first. Why don't we start with you? Why did you pick this image to add to our storyboard? It does, yes, we do see the creature really seeking connection at the beginning, understanding he's different, right? But seeking that human connection. He desires relationship. That's great. I love that image for this. So now I want you, I know this is a work in progress and not done. So now you're going to go back and find that specific textual evidence. I think it's already highlighted, and pick some textual evidence that you really feel supports this desire for connection and upholds this theme. And go ahead and just go back to the pages on your own computer in our collaborative one, but just start with 3, add a new page, pull your picture over, and then start working on that textual evidence. And I'll swing back around, we'll do a share out. Yes. Okay, Hayden? Okay, so far you've got, you've identified a theme, and you felt like this image here represents rejection. And you saw that from in textual evidence when the family in the cottage are horrified by him. Awesome. Awesome. I love that picture. Yes, this is a great, yes. So what I'd like you to do is, I see you kind of pinpointed the textual evidence that you want to use. Go back to our literary tools and pick whether it's character development, plot, pick a focus for your new page that you're going to design based on this image, and use that focus to create your analysis. So I think you kind of have the textual evidence you want to use. So I'd like you to go ahead and take it a step further and bring in some components, whether it's plot, setting, figurative language, whatever you really want to focus on that you really feel is conveying that message of rejection. Okay, great. And then we've got Jose, Pow. Oh, and then the action shifts to the creature lashing out, as you've said here through the murder of William. Yes, I'm going to say the same thing for you. I want you to pick a tool to analyze. Yep. And that's exactly right. Go ahead and start your new page using your picture and really do a little snapshot analysis using one of those things from the list. Absolutely. So far, what's the message we're getting from the pictures that you shared out? If we're putting those together, a desire for connection, rejection, and then lashing out. What do you think one of the main messages Shelley might want to share? Absolutely. People who feel like they don't have a sense of belonging might lash out, and belonging is important. What did you say, Olivia? Belonging is important to the human condition. I love it. All right, we'll go ahead and pause there so you can continue work.